There are moments in life when the world feels like it's trying to break you, when people test your patience, when betrayal cuts deeper than a knife, and when nothing seems fair. In those moments, your emotions scream to take control, rage, anger, sadness. But the truth is this: the strongest person in the room is the one who can master silence, master calm, and master himself. Chaos will always exist. People will always provoke you. Life will always throw fire into your path. But if you lose control, you give them power. You give them ownership of your mind. A calm man cannot be broken because calmness is unshakable strength. When you refuse to react, when you smile in the middle of disrespect, when you hold stillness while storms rage around you, you rise above. That is not weakness, that is dominance. Staying calm is not about being passive. It's about choosing not to waste your energy on people or things unworthy of it. You must train yourself daily. Discipline your mind, breathe when anger hits, think when others scream, and always remember, no one can hurt a man who refuses to hand over his peace. Calmness is your ultimate weapon. There are moments in life when everything around you seems to conspire against your peace. People will insult you, betray you, provoke you, push every button they know you have, and yet the measure of a person is not in how much they are attacked, but in how they respond. Control your emotions or they will control you. This is the truth that separates those who live in power from those who live in chaos. Anger is loud, it demands attention, it feels satisfying in the moment, but it is a leash. Fear is quiet, it whispers, but it enslaves. Sadness will drag you down, regret will chain you to your past. Every emotion you let dominate you is a thief, stealing your time, your strength, and your life. If you react every time someone tries to push you, you are giving them control over your destiny. If you explode in rage, if you sulk in sadness, you panic in fear, you are letting the world decide your path instead of yourself. True strength is in restraint. True power is in calmness. Imagine standing in a storm. Rain pelts you, wind tears at your body, lightning splits the sky. A weak man will scream, run, and stumble. A strong man will plant his feet, lift his chin, and look the storm in the eye. He knows the storm is temporary, that it cannot touch what he has built inside. That is what control over your emotions does for you. Life will throw betrayal at your face. People will lie, cheat, and attack without reason. They will try to manipulate your mind and push you into reactions that will make you weaker. But if you have mastered yourself, their weapons bounce off you. Their words cannot hurt. Their actions cannot shake. Their intentions cannot break. Calmness is your shield, and mastery of your emotions is your sword. Most people think it is easy to be calm. It is not. It takes practice. It takes training. It takes grinding your mind like iron until it cannot bend under pressure. It takes teaching yourself every single day that nothing outside your control can touch the fortress within. You must breathe when anger surges. You must pause when fear whispers. You must think when jealousy calls you to react. Every choice not to explode, every choice to remain unshaken, builds an invisible armor stronger than any physical muscle. The moment you stop reacting, the moment you stop letting others steal your peace, you win. The moment you realize your calmness is more valuable than the satisfaction of a momentary fight, you become untouchable. People around you will test you. They will try to provoke, mock, and diminish you because that is how weak minds operate. They measure themselves by the chaos they can cause in others. But you are not their measure. You are not a reflection of their anger or insecurity. You are a master of your own mind, a ruler of your inner kingdom, and no one has a key to your or unless you hand it over. Every insult ignored, every manipulation resisted, every attempt to drag you into a fight you did not choose is proof of your strength. Calmness is not submission. Calmness is dominance disguised in silence. When you stay calm, you are already 3 moves ahead of the person trying to break you. They react, you act. They stumble, you rise. Control your emotions or they will control you. Repeat it, breathe it, live it. Anger is easy, strength is rare, fear is tempting, courage is earned. Most people live enslaved by every feeling that crosses their mind. They are controlled by the world, by people, by situations. But you can be different. You can refuse to hand your power to others. You can train yourself to be the calm in every storm, the stillness in every chaos, the unwavering force in every battle. And when you do, you will notice something extraordinary. People who thought they could control you will bow to your presence. Situations that would have crew shed others will pass over you like waves against a rock. you will have discovered what most people search for their entire lives: freedom, strength, and peace. Start today. Begin with small victories. When someone insults you, do not reply immediately. When someone tries to provoke you, breathe. When disappointment or frustration strikes, pause. Feel the emotion, but do not let it dictate your actions. Every time you do this, you are training your mind to be stronger than circumstance, wiser than impulse, and calmer than chaos. Over time, these small choices compound into unshakable power. You become the kind of person who commands respect without demanding it, who walks through the world untouchable, whose presence alone changes the atmosphere. Calmness is not just a habit, it is a statement. It says, I am not yours to control. I am mine, fully, unshakably, eternally. Control your emotions, or they will control you. There is no compromise. There is no exception. Life will test you. People will attack you. Circumstances will push you to your limits. But the man who is calm is always free. Calmness is not an absence of feeling. It is the mastery of feeling. It is the weapon you carry quietly, the fortress you build in silence, the victory you achieve without anyone seeing it. When you train yourself to stay calm in every situation, no matter what they do, no matter what they say, no matter how they try to shake you, you become unstoppable. That is the ultimate power. That is the true strength of a man who refuses to be moved by anything outside of himself. That is freedom. That is control. That is victory. Calmness is silent power, stronger than any reaction. It is a force that cannot be measured by volume, by anger, by noise, or by theatrics. The world worships the loud, the furious, the explosive, but those are temporary victories. A yell fades. A punch leaves bruises. Words echo only for a moment. But calmness endures. Calmness is the strength that sits quietly while storms rage around you, the strength that moves unseen while chaos tears through everything else. People will always try to provoke you. They will test your patience, push your buttons, and aim to elicit a reaction that validates their presence. But the moment you remain still, the moment you refuse to respond, the moment you hold your inner peace above their noise, you win without a battle. Calmness does not need to shout to assert its dominance. It does not need to justify itself. It does not need to fight. Its power is in restraint, in control, in the ability to be untouchable. Think of every time you've seen someone lose their composure, their face flushes, their voice rises, their body trembles with rage, and what happens next? Often, they regret it. Their anger weakens them, clouds their judgment, and hands control to the person they reacted to. Calmness, on the other hand, is never a gamble. It is calculated. It is deliberate. It does not bow to provocation. It does not crumble under pressure. It moves like a river, carving through stone, persistent, unstoppable, but silent. The world will always reward the loud and dramatic in the short term, but those who master calmness command long-term respect and influence. People feel it, they notice it, they instinctively understand that someone who is calm cannot be shaken, cannot be manipulated, and cannot be controlled. Calmness radiates authority. It radiates power. It radiates confidence that cannot be faked or forced. Most people mistake calmness for weakness. They think if you do not react, you do not care, or that you are submissive. Nothing could be further from the truth. Calmness is not absence. It is not passivity. Calmness is control. It is strength in its purest form. To remain calm in the face of insult, betrayal, or challenge requires discipline that most people never even attempt. It is easy to scream, to lash out, to give in to every emotion that surges through you. That is chaos. And chaos is loud, messy, and temporary. Calmness is deliberate. It is a choice made thousands of times in practice until it becomes instinct. It is the ability to look at a situation that would cripple others and remain unbroken. It is knowing that a reaction is only powerful if you allow it to control you. When you are calm, people feel it. They sense that their words have no weight, that their attempts to provoke you are futile. Your silence speaks louder than their insults ever could. Your stillness is more commanding than their anger. Your calm gaze in the face of chaos is a demonstration of mastery over yourself and the world around you. Imagine a battlefield where one side screams, panics, and lashes out, while the other moves methodically, unshaken, calculated. Who wins? Not the loudest or the angriest, but the one who remains in control. Calmness is the ultimate weapon because it is invisible, yet impossible to defeat. It is quiet, yet undeniable. It does not expend energy fully, but it uses energy wisely. It does not need to strike to assert itself. Its very presence is enough to command respect. Every person you meet will try to test you at some point. Some will attack openly, some will provoke subtly. Some will manipulate, deceive, or insult. The natural reaction is to respond, to defend, to fight back, to show them you are hurt. But every reaction carries a cost. Every reaction gives away part of your power. Every emotional outburst is a surrender of control. Calmness allows you to keep your power intact. It allows you to navigate the storm with clarity, to see opportunities that others miss, and to act with precision when it matters most. It turns every attack into an advantage because while others are blinded by emotion, you see the path forward. Training yourself to be calm is not easy. It requires awareness, patience, and relentless discipline. It requires breathing when anger surges, pausing when fear strikes, and thinking before acting. It requires reminding yourself that your energy is precious, that your mind is your greatest asset, and that no one can take from you what you refuse to hand over. Every time you resist the urge to react, every time you hold your composure, every time you rise above the chaos, you are strengthening the silent power within you. You are building a fortress of calm that nothing in the world can penetrate. Calmness is silent power, stronger than any reaction. It allows you to be untouchable, unshakable, and unstoppable. It is the force that lets you rise above drama, conflict, and negativity. It is the energy that turns attacks into lessons, insults into insignificance, and chaos into opportunity. The world will always try to provoke, distract, and manipulate you. It will always demand reactions. But those who master calmness understand the truth. The strongest person is not the one who screams the loudest, but the one whose silence carries more power than any noise, whose stillness commands more respect than any fury, whose control over himself surpasses any attack. Calmness is victory without violence. Calmness is dominance without a fight. Calmness is freedom in a world designed to provoke and enslave. And when you embody it fully, there is nothing in the world that can touch you. Never hand your peace over to another person's actions. This is a truth that so few truly understand, and yet it is the foundation of freedom, strength, and unshakable power. Every day, people will try to steal from you. Your time, your focus, your energy, your happiness. Some do it openly with insults, aggression, or betrayal. Others do it quietly with subtle manipulations, deceit, or empty words. And if you allow it, if you react, if you let their actions dictate your mood, your life, and your decisions, you have surrendered. You have given away something that no one can ever take back, your inner peace. Peace is not a gift someone gives you. It is a fortress you build for yourself. Every time you hand it over, even for a moment, you weaken that fortress. You make yourself vulnerable to chaos, disappointment, and emotional slavery. The world will always test you. People will always try to provoke you. But when you refuse to allow them to touch the calm within you, you become untouchable. The truth is, most people live their lives at the mercy of others. They wake up feeling happy or sad based on someone else's words, actions, or attitudes. They allow a careless remark to ruin their day. They let betrayal consume their thoughts. They hand over control of their emotions, handing it to anyone who shows up with the intent to harm, manipulate, or provoke. And why? Because they have never learned the power of internal sovereignty. True strength is not in punishing those who hurt you. It is in rising above them. It is in holding your peace like a priceless treasure, untouchable by anyone outside yourself. When you refuse to react, when you refuse to hand your calm to someone else, you gain something far more valuable than revenge or validation. Freedom. Every action, every word, every attempt at provocation by another person is meaningless unless you allow it to matter. Anger only exists if you choose to feel it. Fear only exists if you let it. Jealousy only exists if you invite it into your mind. You have the power to determine how events outside of you affect the life within you. No one can make you miserable without your consent. No one can steal your happiness without your permission. And yet, how many people hand it over willingly, like coins tossed into the ocean, expecting to get nothing back but suffering? Never let that be you. The moment you hand your peace over, you have lost the battle before it even begins. But the moment you hold on to it, the moment you anchor yourself in calmness and self-control, you have already won, regardless of what the other person does. Consider this. Life will always have challenges, and people will always act in ways that try to shake you. Betrayal, lies, insults, and disrespect are inevitable. The world is full of individuals trying to pull you into their chaos. Some of them succeed because most people are trained from childhood to react, to justify, to fight back, to let every slight define them. But you can be different. You can choose to build a mental fortress around yourself that no one can breach. You can choose to let others' negativity slide off you like water off a rock. You can choose to protect your peace like the rare, valuable asset that it is. Peace is not weakness. It is strength disguised as serenity. It is the silent power that others cannot touch, the invisible force that makes you untouchable, the quiet mastery that ensures no one controls you. Every time someone tries to provoke you, you have a choice. Hand over your peace or keep it. Every insult, every betrayal, every attempt at manipulation is a test. The moment you refuse to react, the moment you refuse to allow them access to your mind and your emotions, you prove your strength. You prove that you are not a product of circumstance, not a slave to other people's choices, and not a victim of the chaos around you. You prove that your calm, your happiness, your focus, and your energy belong to you and you alone. And when you reach that level of mastery, something remarkable happens. People stop trying to control you. Situations that once caused panic or anger now pass by without touching you. You operate with clarity, precision, and power because your energy is reserved for building, growing, and winning, not reacting. Training yourself to hold on to your peace requires discipline. It requires patience. It requires awareness of your own triggers and conscious effort to rise above them. You must breathe when anger rises. You must pause when fear whispers. You must observe without being consumed. Each time you succeed, you strengthen the invisible armor that protects your mind. Each time you resist handing peace over, you build unshakable strength. The strongest person in the room is not the loudest. The strongest person is not the one who strikes first. The strongest person is the one who refuses to hand their peace over no matter what others do. Calmness, composure, and control become your weapons, your shield, and your signature. Never hand your peace over to another person's actions. Repeat it, memorize it, live it. The world will try to shake you. People will try to hurt you. Circumstances will try to pull you into chaos. But when you hold your peace like a fortress, when you refuse to surrender it, you gain true freedom. You become untouchable. You become unstoppable. You become a force that operates from clarity, power, and self-mastery. Peace is not given. Peace is taken, earned, and protected. Guard it with everything you have. Every time someone acts with the intent to provoke, manipulate, or destroy, do not hand your peace over. Keep it, protect it, strengthen it. That is how you win without fighting. That is how you dominate without anger. That is how you live free in a world that constantly tries to take from you. Your peace is yours. Never give it away. Train daily to strengthen your mental discipline. It is the invisible muscle that determines every victory and every defeat in your life. People focus on physical strength, on skill, on strategy, but the truth is this: the body will only take you as far as the mind allows. The mind is the battlefield. And without discipline, you are already losing before the fight begins. Discipline is not something you achieve once and celebrate. It is not a trophy you hang on the wall. Discipline is a constant exercise, a relentless training, a commitment to yourself that every day, without exception, you will push your limits, control your impulses, and strengthen your willpower. Life will test you in every possible way. Distractions, temptations, doubts, fears, and setbacks will come at you from every direction. The undisciplined mind reacts. It panics. It procrastinates. It crumbles. The disciplined mind does not. The disciplined mind observes, adapts, and conquers. Every small decision you make is an opportunity to train. When your body wants to rest and your mind wants comfort, discipline forces you to act. When you are tempted to speak words that will ignite chaos, discipline keeps your tongue silent. When fear whispers that you cannot succeed, discipline makes you take the first step anyway. Each day you train your mind, you are forging armor that will protect you against every assault, every manipulation, and every challenge. Mental discipline is not about avoiding emotions or pretending to be unaffected. It is about mastery, choosing your response rather than reacting unconsciously. It is the ability to see clearly when others are blinded by chaos, to act decisively when others are paralyzed by doubt, to remain unshaken when the world is falling apart. Most people believe that discipline is born from talent or luck. They think it is something innate, something they either have or they don't. They are wrong. Discipline is forged like steel through repeated effort, resistance, and training. Every time you resist a temptation, every time you push yourself to focus when distractions scream, every time you rise above comfort to pursue growth, you are training. You are building a mental fortress stronger than any obstacle the world can throw at you. Without this daily training, the mind weakens. Without daily effort, fear becomes louder than courage, distraction stronger than focus, weakness stronger than willpower. Success, happiness, power, all of it depends on your mental discipline. Without it, even the greatest talents are wasted. Even the strongest bodies crumble. Even the brightest visions fade. Daily mental training is not glamorous. It does not come with applause. It often comes in silence, in struggle, in solitude. You wake up early when your bed wants to hoe. You push your body when it begs for rest. You confront fears that want to hide you. You work on yourself when the world would rather you be distracted, entertained, or numbed. These are the small, invisible battles that decide your life. The mind is like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. Neglect it and it atrophies. Allow laziness, impulsiveness, and emotional chaos to dominate you, and you will live a life controlled by circumstance, by other people, by events outside your control. The disciplined mind, however, is free. Free to act, free to rise, free to conquer. Every challenge in life is a test of mental discipline. The moment you remain calm under pressure, the moment you resist reacting in anger, the moment you focus when others panic, the moment you continue when others quit, you are exercising and strengthening your mental muscles. Over time, this daily practice compounds. Small victories become unshakable confidence. Silent persistence becomes you. Unstoppable momentum. Invisible effort becomes undeniable power. Those who train their minds daily are untouchable because they have mastered the one thing that controls everything, themselves. Do not underestimate the power of consistency. One day of discipline may seem insignificant. One day of focus may feel like a drop in the ocean. But discipline is not built in a single day. It is forged through repetition, through habit, through relentless effort. The person who shows up day after day, refusing to give in to comfort, refusing to surrender to distraction, refusing to hand control over to circumstance, they are the person who becomes unstoppable. The person who trains daily develops clarity when chaos reigns, strength when weakness surrounds, and courage when fear threatens. Mental discipline is the foundation of freedom. It is the engine that drives every success, every achievement, every conquest. Without it, potential is wasted, energy is squandered, and life is left to drift AI. Leslie, train daily to strengthen your mental discipline. Commit to small acts that build resilience. Control your thoughts before they control you. Control your emotions before they control you. Control your focus before distractions steal it. Each day, dedicate time to mastering yourself. Every moment spent strengthening your mind is an investment that pays dividends for the rest of your life. Your body, your actions, and your circumstances will follow the mind. A disciplined mind cannot be broken. A disciplined mind cannot be manipulated. A disciplined mind cannot be defeated. The world will throw storms at you. Chaos will surround you, and people will try to shake you. But when your mind is trained, you are a fortress. When your mind is trained, you are untouchable. When your mind is trained, you are unstoppable. Mental discipline is silent. It does not need recognition. It does not need applause. It works behind the scenes in the moments when no one is watching, in the moments when the world is tempting you to give up, to react, to surrender. And over time, that quiet strength becomes the most powerful force in your life. It allows you to rise above the weak, the reactive, and the chaotic. It allows you to shape your destiny instead of being shaped by circumstance. It allows you to live free, strong, and unshakable. Train daily. Strengthen your mental discipline. Master yourself, and you master everything else. Calmness in chaos is the mark of true strength. It is the silent force that separates those who are merely surviving from those who are truly winning. Life is rarely orderly. It is messy, unpredictable, and relentless. Storms come without warning, people betray without hesitation, and circumstances change in ways you never imagined. Most people react to chaos with panic, with anger, with fear. They shout, they lash out, they crumble under pressure. Their minds are enslaved by the turbulence around them, and their lives are dictated by events they can not control. But the person who remains calm in the eye of the storm is not just surviving, they are dominating. Calmness in chaos is the invisible armor that allows you to see clearly, act decisively, and rise above situations that would destroy others. It is not weakness, it is power. It is not passivity, it is mastery. Think of every time you have seen someone lose control. Their heart races, their thoughts scatter, their hands shake, and their decisions crumble. In that moment, they are vulnerable to every attack, every manipulation, every setback. Now, compare that to someone who remains steady, who breathes deeply while the world around them screams, who observes with clarity instead of reacting with impulse. That person has power not because they are stronger physically, not because they are faster or smarter, but because they control what matters most, themselves. Chaos tests everyone. It exposes weakness. It magnifies fear and doubt. But calmness in chaos exposes a different K. End of strength. One that cannot be taken, one that cannot be shaken, one that cannot be bought or taught overnight. It is forged in countless moments of self-control, in the quiet practice of restraint, in the deliberate choice to rise above emotion and reaction. Most people believe strength is loud. They equate rage with power, anger with dominance, and reaction with control. They mistake chaos for opportunity and noise for victory. But real strength is invisible. It does not need recognition. It does not need applause. It does not need to prove itself with volume or aggression. Real strength is calm. It is steady. It is unwavering in the face of uncertainty. Calmness in chaos is the signal to the world and to yourself that you are not a victim, that you are not a pawn, that you are the master of your mind, your emotions, and your destiny. People may try to provoke you. Life may attempt to crush you. Situations may spiral beyond your control. But calmness is the anchor that keeps you unshaken, the shield that protects your focus, and the weapon that allows you to act when others are paralyzed. Training yourself to remain calm in chaos requires discipline, awareness, and relentless practice. It is not something that happens by chance or through luck. You must learn to pause when fear rises, to breathe when anger surges, and to think when every instinct tells you to react. You must teach yourself that no person, no event, no circumstance has the power to dictate your inner state unless you allow it. Every time you resist the urge to explode, every time you observe without reacting, every time you hold your focus while others crumble, you are strengthening the muscle of calmness. And over time, this muscle becomes unshakable. It becomes your signature. It becomes the force that others instinctively recognize but cannot touch. Chaos will always exist. People will always betray, provoke, and attack. Life will always throw storms your way. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is how they respond when the storm hits. Calmness in chaos allows you to see opportunity where others see only obstacles. It allows you to act with precision where others flail blindly. It allows you to maintain dignity and clarity when others are consumed by panic and rage. The world rewards the reactive in the short term, but it reveres the calm in the long term. Calmness is the mark of someone who has mastered themselves, who has trained their mind, who has learned that true power lies not in reaction, but in restraint. Every great achievement, every act of leadership, every moment of influence is rooted in calmness. The person who commands respect in a room of chaos does so because their calmness radiates authority. Their presence alone stabilizes others. Their decisions, made without fear or rash emotion, carry weight and clarity. Calmness is not passivity. It is dominance disguised in silence. It says, I am not swayed by circumstance. I am not rolled by emotion. I am in command of myself, and therefore I am in command of my destiny. Those who panic in chaos may win battles by chance, but the calm person builds empires with intention. Calmness in chaos is also a reflection of internal freedom. It is proof that you are no longer a prisoner of your own emotions, of other people's actions, or of unpredictable circumstances. When chaos surrounds you, it is easy to lose yourself, to let fear, anger, or frustration dictate your choices. But when you remain calm, you are free. Free to act, free to think, free to make decisions that are aligned with your goals, your values, and your vision. That freedom is strength. That mastery is power. That presence is influence. True strength is not measured by how loudly you fight, how quickly you react, or how dramatically you respond. True strength is measured by your ability to remain calm when everything around you is collapsing, by your ability to think clearly when others are blinded. B. Panic, by your ability to act decisively while the world falls into chaos. Calmness is not the absence of pressure, it is mastery